Alright guys, it's BLM here. It's time for another video. Now, this is going to be just a random video. This is going to be my thoughts and predictions on Power Rangers Super Megaforce. Yeah, I've been planning on doing a video like this for a while now. However, I've just been lazy and yeah, I have nothing to do for about an hour, so I might as well shoot the video. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, Super Megaforce obviously is going to be the 21st season of Power Rangers, which is going to celebrate the 20th anniversary, which makes no sense, but whatever, they decided to do it that way. So yeah, Power Rangers Super Megaforce is pretty much the next Power Rangers season. It's going to be based off of, well, take footage from Gokaiger, or Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger, which in my opinion is the best Super Sentai ever created, best tokusatsu anything ever created. It's just a brilliant, brilliant TV show. But, yeah, I don't have the same high hopes for Super Megaforce. I mean, Super Megaforce is most likely going to be a piece of shit, I'm going to be honest. The way that they're using Goseiger footage into Megaforce already makes me very wary of how they're going to be doing Super Megaforce, because they pretty much took out the best thing about Goseiger, in my personal opinion, which was the villain, Bajira, of the Messiah. I forgot how you pronounce his name, but whatever. He was like the best part about Goseiger. Just how ruthless he was, and pretty much that he was working with the enemies the entire time. Just you never actually knew his actual identity until like the final 6 episodes or so. And the fact that they're bringing well, Vrax, or Vrock, I forgot what his name is, from Megaforce, the counterpart of Bajira, into Super Megaforce, it makes me think that he's going to be taking the place of a character that can't be transferred over, like Basco or something. I'm pretty sure he's going to be like the Basco of Super Megaforce. Because Basco, for the most part, is played by like a human, like not a suit or anything. It's actually like a real person. He does have his monster mode, but I have a feeling that the monster mode is just going to be like a 1-episode villain, if they even put him in there. Like, he's just going to be like the monster for a day or something. Which I hope they use that episode, because that episode is just amazing in Gokaiger, where Basco finally gets defeated. But I have a feeling they're not going to use it, not going to use Basco at all. Just completely exchange him for Vrax, or Vrac, whatever his name is. Another thing I didn't like, though, is the fact that this is Super Megaforce. It is the continuation of Megaforce. Because really, Goseiger and Gokaiger have absolutely nothing alike. And the fact that they're like mixing the two together just seems very awkward. I mean, they haven't done that since Mighty Morphin Power Rangers seasons 1 and 2 and 3. But at least they kept the same suits in that season. However, with Super Megaforce, they're like changing suits and everything, so it makes it kind of weird that they're really mixing episodes. I have a feeling that they're going to be using the final 6 episodes in Super Megaforce. I'm not positive on this, but they didn't use the final 6 episodes in Goseiger, so it makes me think that they're at least going to use like the finale of Goseiger in Megaforce and use that as the way that Vrax dies eventually. But yeah, they haven't even showed his final form yet. His his true form in the Sentai. But in Super Megaforce, it's probably going to be his like royal family suit or something, because they made his second form his Earth armor, even though he also used his Warstar armor also in on Earth, so it makes no sense. But what are you gonna do? Another problem that I have is pretty much the characters. Just none. I mean, the characters worked okay with the Goseiger footage, but I don't know how it's gonna work with the Gokaiger footage. Now, I mean, Troy and Marvelous, I guess you can see it working. Same thing with Emma and what's her name? Ahim, I believe. Ahim, whatever. Ciara Hanna, I believe, is her real name. I forgot what the character's name is. Whatever the Yellow Ranger's name is. Yeah, I believe, like, her and Luca kind of have some similarity. The one I have a major problem with is Joe and Noah, because they are completely different. Joe is a very confident swordsman, while Noah is like the geek. It's gonna be kind of hard to convince the audience that Noah is actually a badass swordsman like Joe is. I have a feeling they're just gonna cut those parts out where Noah is fighting with two swords, like where they switch weapons. I have a feeling they're just gonna take that out because I haven't seen it in the trailers or anything so far, and it just doesn't seem like it'll make sense for them to do that. Alright, here's the thing that actually pisses me off, though. And that is the people that they're bringing back, like the former Power Ranger stars that they're bringing back. Now, it doesn't piss me off who they picked necessarily. There are a couple, actually. But the thing that actually really pisses me off is the fact that they didn't bring more. They sent invitations to a good amount of people, actually. They pretty much didn't invite hardly any of the Disney-era Rangers, which is very strange to me since most of the Megazord combinations and stuff like that in Gokaiger are from seasons that were adapted here by Disney. So I don't know how they're going to do that, but you would think that they would have brought back like someone, like at least one person from every season like Gokaiger did. And it's not like it's such a difficult task either. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can find one person or one character from every single season to bring back. I mean, it's only 20. Actually, not even that when you actually consider everything. If you consider like Mighty Morphin and Samurai one season, it's even less. So it's not like it'll be so difficult. I just don't understand why. I understand that they couldn't get any of the original members except for Tommy. Like, everyone has their own reasons. Like, freaking Austin St. John is lost. Like, no one even knows where the hell he is, even though there are pictures of him at a wedding like a few months ago or so. But I mean, really, no one knows where he really is. I mean, apparently he's a nurse in, like, Maryland or some bullshit state like that. No offense if you're from Maryland, but I mean, Walter Jones left on a bad note. I mean, he left because of money issues. David Yost obviously isn't coming back. He'll never come back for anything Power Rangers related. If you don't know why, just look up David Yost. I mean, they'll come up. Tui Chang, whatever, fucking Tui Trong? Something like that. The one that played Trini is dead, so she's obviously not coming back. And Amy Jo Johnson didn't even get an invite, which makes no sense, but I don't think she would have came back anyway, but I mean, still, at least invite her. I mean, holy shit. They invite David Yost, who has no shot of coming back. You might as well invite Amy also. But obviously, Jason David Frank came back. So at least someone from the first season is back. Megaforce Silver. Some people have been complaining that Megaforce Silver isn't like a previous Ranger. Like, people want him to be like a previous Ranger that comes back for the season. Like, are you fucking retarded? Like, who is there to even bring back that would play that role? I mean, you would have to have a 6th Ranger as Megaforce Silver. You would have to, as he uses the gold mode. I'm pretty sure they're going to make it a Battleizer in America, but whatever. And it's pretty much all of his transformations are 6th Ranger. But if you actually look at, like, the people that have played 6th Ranger roles, there's really no one they can bring back. I mean, there's, like, a couple here and there, but I mean, Tommy, obviously, but I mean, who the fuck would want to see Tommy on another season? No offense to Jason David Frank. I do love the Tommy character, and I do think Jason David Frank is really a legend when it comes to Power Rangers, but I mean, why the fuck would you want him back for another season? And then, if you take him out, there's really almost no one. I mean, what was his name? Justin Nimmo, whatever the fuck his name is. The guy that played Zane. No shot in hell he's coming back. He didn't even come back for, To the 5th Power. Rhett Fisher, I really wish they could have gotten him back. That would have been very interesting. Titanium Ranger. They actually sent him an invite and uninvited him, which makes no sense again. I don't know why they didn't bring him back. I think they should have. Him and Blake Foster. Then I kind of understand Blake Foster because he looks a lot different. He played Justin, the Blue Turbo Ranger. Both of them got uninvited. Actually, a lot of people got uninvited. But I mean, those two are like the two most notable ones to me that I think they're snubbed. I mean, they should have came back. I don't understand why they couldn't. I mean, there are people that came back that I really couldn't give two shits about. So, I mean, I don't understand it, but whatever. And, Dan Southworth, I would have loved to see him back, the guy that played the Quantum Ranger. However, I don't think he would. I mean, it's kind of a strange one, because he does go to a lot of Power Ranger conventions and stuff like that, so apparently, like, obviously he embraces that he was a Power Ranger. I mean, he didn't come back for the reunion, and he's doing a lot of other stuff. He does a lot of voice work, He did Virgil in Devil May Cry. I mean, he is busy. It's not like he's not doing shit. So, yeah, he's not coming back. I mean, the guy freaking played Merrick. I don't even remember his name. He's not coming back. As I said, the Disney seasons didn't even get invites, so they're not coming back. And then the only one left is freaking Steven Skyler, who played Antonio, which, who the fuck even knows if he's coming back or not? I mean, he hasn't even said if he's coming back or not. And there are no pictures of him on the set, so I think it's pretty clear that he isn't coming back. But I mean, there's no one, like, there's no previous Ranger that could play the Silver Ranger role. I'm much happier with a new actor playing him. I believe his name is Cameron Jibo, or something like that. I'm sure he'll do a decent job, maybe as good as freaking Andrew Gray is playing Troy, but whatever. But yeah, back to what I was talking about before. The people that they brought back, I understand some. Okay, wait, there's 10 people that they're bringing back for the actual Mega War at the end. I'll say him. Tommy, understandable. I mean, completely understandable. Who's it? Selwyn Ward, who played TJ, one of my favorite Rangers. Completely understandable. He's coming back. I mean, he was on 2 seasons. Patricia Jaw Lee, whatever her name is. Girl that played Cassie. I couldn't give a shit about Cassie, but I mean, it's understandable that she's coming back. Then 3 people from Lost Galaxy, which makes me really happy, actually, because I'm an enormous Lost Galaxy fan, obviously. If you watch my previous video, it's my favorite season of all time. And they're bringing back Danny Slavin, who no one knows where the hell he fucking went. Yeah, he's finally coming back. The guy that played Damon, I can't think of his name right now. And then Corone, I can't think of her name right now either. But those 3 are coming back. Pretty awesome. And then after that is where it gets kind of weird. Oh, wait, no. Carter Grayson and Wes Collins, their actors are, was it Sean C.W. Johnson? I believe that's what the middle initials are. And then Jason Fott. Both of them are coming back. Really awesome. I was a big fan of that generation. I mean, that's when I grew up, during the post-Zordon era, before Disney and stuff. Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, and Time Force are 3 of my favorite seasons of all time. So extremely happy to see those 3 back. But the other 2, now, this is what kind of pisses me off. Okay, the other 2 are Brittany something, I forgot her last name, and then Hector David Jr., the ones that played the Yellow and Green Samurai Rangers. I'm not a big fan of Samurai. I mean, I think it's an okay season. It's definitely not one of the better ones, though. Of all the people to bring back for the fucking war from that season, they had to bring back freaking, what were their names? Mike and Emily? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, they're my 2 least favorite characters on the season. I mean, I understand that Alex Hartman was there at the taping and stuff, and he apparently is playing Jaden again, which I'm happy about that, because I am actually a fan of Alex Hartman, because he was actually a fan of Power Rangers before going on the show. But I don't understand why Naji, I forgot his last name, but the guy that played the Blue Samurai Ranger wasn't there. I would have liked to see those 2 in the war a lot more than Mike and Emily. I understand that Erica Wong, what was her name, Mia, the Pink Samurai Ranger, wasn't there. I understand why and everything, so I don't blame her. But I don't understand why they didn't bring back Naji. I mean, he's pretty active in, like, the Power Ranger community and stuff. I mean, he goes to conventions all the time. So I don't understand why they didn't bring him back. But maybe he had his own issues, I don't know. But, yeah, and then Steven Skyler. Steven Skyler got, the guy that played Antonio, got invited. However, he hasn't said if he, like, went or not. Like, nothing has even been said since then, so I don't know what's going on with that. I'm just assuming he didn't make it, though. The thing I'm kind of disappointed about, though, is that there's not going to be a samurai team-up, or at least not a true samurai team-up. Not, like, all the members are not going to be there. I mean, because, especially since it's pretty much, it's guaranteed that Erica Wong is not going to be there, so it's for sure there's not going to be a full team-up, unless they just, like, do what they did with Clash of the Red Ranger and just, like, do the voiceover for freaking the Pink Samurai Ranger, and for the Blue Samurai Ranger. They might do that. That might actually be pretty interesting to see if they do that. A lot of the villains from Gokaiger, they're pretty much keeping the same. They are changing the name of Wars Gil to, what was it, Prince Vecker, and he's going to be Vrax's brother. which kind of seems strange. Which actually, I didn't realize until like actually looking at them, but they actually look kind of similar. I mean, they don't look like so alike that it's blatantly obvious that they're brothers. But I mean, they actually do like have some similarities in design. And then after that, who are the other two fuckers? Damascus, I forgot what his name is. They're keeping his name the same, which is kind of weird they're doing that now. I believe the first villain to keep the same name as their Japanese counterpart was Metal Alice from Megaforce, so he's only the second, and it's 2 seasons in a row, so it's kind of weird. And then, who's the other one? Insarn, who has a pretty fucking shitty name in Gokaiger. They're changing it to Princess Levina, I believe it is, which I think is a better name. Like, I'm wondering if they're gonna make her, like, the sister of Rock and Vecker, or, like, the wife of Vecker, or something. I don't know, but, I don't know. The villains in Gokaiger, to be honest, with the exception of Bosco, weren't that great. However, I don't know, they could be better in Super Megaforce, one of the only things that's better in Super Megaforce. Oh yeah, I don't know if I said this or not, the Megawar's gonna be shitty. I mean, if you watch frickin' Gokaiger Goseiger 199 Great Hero Battle, I believe is what it's called. I mean, if you've watched that, there's no way that they're gonna beat that. There's no way in fucking hell that it's gonna be anywhere close to being as good. I mean, especially since this war only has 20 teams when the other one had frickin' 35. And then, I doubt they're going to utilize the keys as much in this season. Now, I am talking shit about this season before it even comes out, but I am actually extremely excited for it. I really just, like, can't wait to watch it. Because, I mean, I'm a big fan of Power Rangers. I have been ever since I was a kid, and I don't know how you could be a Power Rangers fan and not be excited for it, even though it's not going to be as good as what everyone hopes, but, I don't know. Like, I don't know how you can't be excited for, especially this concept, into a TV show. And the only Disney character that they are bringing back is Casey Rhodes, or what's his name? Jason Smith, I believe is the actor's name. Which he was seen on set. He's the only Disney Ranger known to be back. And apparently he's going to have his own episode, the Jungle Fury episode, which is probably going to be just a Americanized version of the Geki Ranger tribute in Gokaiger. But I don't know, I mean, Casey wasn't my favorite character on Jungle Fury. I did like Jungle Fury. I liked it a lot more than what I thought, mostly because of RJ. I think RJ is a fantastic character, but I thought the other characters were lacking, and I don't know, Casey just seems very boring character, to be honest, but I don't know, it's kind of good to see him back. I mean, at least it confirms that there's going to be some tributes in Super Megaforce, because I mean, if you watch Gokaiger, it's like full of them. Like every other episode is a tribute to a season, and I think that's something we're gonna lose in Super Megaforce. But it's cool that we're at least gonna get one, and probably another one with Alex Hartman from Samurai. So Jaden, like, so at least we probably gonna get 2. So at least it's better than nothing. Something that I'm kind of interested though to see is how they're gonna do the Megazord. Because Gokaiо and Gokaiger could, I mean, it used the grand powers of the previous Sentais to, like, have modifications and stuff like that. Like, it had the Maji Dragon, it had Gao Lion, it had a whole bunch of, like, upgrades and stuff, which I don't know how they're going to explain them getting these upgrades. I mean, unless Gosei just gives it to them. I mean, Gosei's a piece of shit, to be honest. I absolutely hate how they're using him. A lackluster character. I mean, it's like something that they just, like, said, fuck, we need a mentor. What are we going to do? Oh, let's just make the Morpher fucking mentor. Like, really, it's so stupid. I hope they have at least some connection to their original seasons. I don't think anyone from Wild Force got asked back, to my knowledge. I mean, you would think that they would be able to get at least Cole from Wild Force on there, since he played, what's his name? Rick Medina played Decker in Samurai. So, I mean, you would think that they'll be able to get him back, but there's been no word on that. And then, I mean, Casey, as I said, Casey Rhodes and Jaden Shiba are back. But, I mean, there's a whole bunch of characters that they haven't confirmed coming back and probably aren't. Like, a lot of people from SPD aren't coming. Like, no one from SPD got contacted. It just blows my mind. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I understand Brandon J. McLaren can't come back. I mean, he's busy with other shows. But, I mean, there's some people that aren't doing, I mean, relatively aren't doing shit. I mean, like, Matt Austin and, guy that played Sky, Chris Violet, is that his name? Whatever, like, they're not doing shit, so I don't understand why they couldn't ask them back, and why they don't want to. I hope that they put Doggy Kruger in the SPD, episode, if they have one. Hopefully they have one. Is when they get the, SPD upgrade thing. I hope they have Doggy Kruger in an episode. It's not like it's so difficult to get Doggy Kruger on the show. I mean, you just need the fucking suit, and then, have John Tui, like, just do some voice acting. You don't even have to freaking send them over to New Zealand for that shit. So I hope they have that. I kind of have a feeling they're not going to. I mean, the first tribute on Sentai was Magi Ranger, which no one from Mystic Force even got contacted. I mean, freaking, what was her name? Melanie, I don't remember. The Blue Mystic Ranger didn't even know this fucking shit was happening. She even said so on her Twitter. Like, someone asked her, are you coming back from Super Megaforce? She said that, well, I don't know what that is, so no. I mean, like, what the fuck? Mystic Force is another season where, like, a good amount of the people aren't doing shit. So it's not like it's so hard to get back, like, Chad Simpson, or Richard, whatever the fuck his name is, the guy that plays Xander. I mean, it's not like it's so difficult to contact these people to ask them back, but I don't know why they aren't. That most of them live in New Zealand or Australia, too, so I don't understand why they aren't asking them back. Like, no one from Dino Thunder, I mean, obviously with the exception of Tommy, is coming back. Which, I mean, there wasn't really that big of a Abba Ranger special. I mean, there was one, but I mean, you could skip over it. That episode allowed the Gokai-O and Gojujin to combine, so the Megaforce Rangers and Megaforce Silver's Zords to combine, but you don't really necessarily need that, so I understand why they didn't contact anyone from Dino Thunder. But I mean, Ninja Storm's another one. Like, Herkenger had a huge tribute, had 2 episodes. It was a legit team-up where they actually, like, it was pretty much like a versus movie, and it was just so awesome. Yet, they didn't ask anyone from Ninja Storm back either. I mean, again, like, I don't understand why, since most of them live in New Zealand, so it's not like it's hard to get them there or anything. And what's so sad, of all the Disney seasons to call back, they called back Operation Overdrive. What the fuck? I mean, they were actually thinking of doing an Operation Overdrive tribute, which Bokenger hardly had a tribute in Gokaiger. I mean, it had one, but it was just a very uneventful one that I didn't actually enjoy. Yet they ask back, like, a good amount of the members of Operation Overdrive. It's like, what the fuck? Like, they asked back the guy that played Mac, and I believe the one that played Ronnie. They asked back the Pink Ranger. But still, I mean, like, what the fuck? Of all the seasons, Disney seasons, to bring back people from, you pick Operation Overdrive? It's like they're trying to piss off the fans. It's literally like, what the fuck? There's no one from RPM got asked back. I mean, actually, I think guy that played Red RPM Ranger, Eka, whatever the fuck his name is, I believe he did get asked back, but they later uninvited him or something. But everyone else didn't get an ass back. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I mean, RPM is another one where Go Unger had a humongous tribute in the Sentai, and he, like, actually the thing that they gain out of it, Mac Eon, whatever the fuck his name is, actually a very vital part to the story, as it's what allows them to make their final Megazord thing. So, I mean, it's a pretty important part, yet, again, no RPM Rangers are coming back, so, again, I don't know what they're doing. Oh, another thing I forgot to say, something that also kind of irritated me is that they're making Jake go from a Black Ranger to the Green Ranger, which, I mean, when you think about it, like, it's like the obvious choice to make him the Green Ranger, but I think it would have been better if they made Noah the Green Ranger and made Jake the Blue Ranger, because it's a lot better in terms of the characters. I mean, Noah is nothing like Dawn at all, but at least Jake is a lot like Joe, and at least they could have been very comparable and actually makes sense in the footage, but having it the way that they do, it's just like, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Something I was kind of disappointed to see, though, is that both TJ and Cassie are playing Space Rangers. Now, I mean, obviously that was their last powers, and the turbo powers are technically destroyed. I mean, TJ does have his turbo powers, but I mean, Cassie doesn't. But I think it would have been better to have Cassie play the Pink Turbo Ranger, and then have TJ play the Blue Space Ranger. Mainly because there's not that many Blue Rangers there, actually. I believe TJ is actually the only one. And that way they can represent both Turbo and in space, instead of just having no reference to Turbo at all. Then again, Saban probably wants to completely forget about Turbo. No one is playing the Zeo Rangers. Then again, Tommy's the only one that came back that played a Zeo Ranger at some point, but obviously they need him to play the Green Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. But yeah, it's kind of strange. Yeah, the main disappointment I have for this season is the fact that it's only 20 episodes. I mean, Gokaiger is 51, and there's going to be losing a good amount of content by reducing it down to 20 episodes. And I don't know. I mean, that's what they can do, but I really wish they could have just made this its entire own season. Like, I kind of wish that they skipped Goseiger entirely. Just went straight to the Gokaiger footage. Mainly because I wish that they could use all of Gokaiger, or at least most of Gokaiger, which obviously they're not. Now, Goseiger isn't really, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad Sentai, but I mean, it's definitely not that great a one. And I didn't think Shinkenger was either. But I mean, it's one that they could have easily skipped over. I mean, it's not like the Gokaigers use the Goseiger's keys that often. I mean, they only do like a couple times I can remember. But yeah, that's pretty much just me ranting about Power Rangers Super Megaforce and what I think about it. If you watched this, thank you. If you didn't, then whatever. Yeah, thank you for watching.